I'm not saying lay them off of anything, but I'm saying this is top priority. And that don't seem to get through.
Okay, we are,
Huh?
we're gonna have the avenues in place. Right now, we say, okay, Steve, it's your problem. But there are other things that this tracking did. We haven't done that. We don't know who to do that with. Get this in place by next board meeting, and then we hold whoever accountable for not doing it, hold them accountable.
Well, we have a three-member board, reasonably on top of things. We have our own paid attorney to write our ordinances, and then to understand that, well, maybe we can enforce this ordinance because it might not be enforceable. I don't know what else we can do. Y'all understand the intent of the board is to enforce these ordinances. And our attorney says it's legal. I'm not sure why the discussion.
There is no
I don't know what the discussion
Well,
is.
the discussion's not coming from the people that you're writing them to, is it?
What's
I mean,
that?
who's saying you can't enforce it?
Well, I hear this. I
I
don't
know, I'm
want to
just
really
saying,
get
I
into
don't
stuff,
Know
but,
who it's coming from. Write the ticket. I mean, if they want to challenge it, just like this guy that denied, he'll go in and deny on the infraction or the ordinance, and it'll get set for hearing, and they can hash it out.
Okay,
if there is a question about some ordinance that may or may not be enforceable, I like in advance of a showdown, come and tell the board, we don't think that's legal, or discuss it with our attorney. But, well, I'm not a lawyer, and our police department isn't a lawyer either. But we have to rely on what our lawyer said. And we have to go ahead with a purpose, with that assumption that she understands the law and she researches this and knows what the law is. Otherwise, we get trumped, but we don't think that's the law. Well, I can't operate that way, and I don't think the
we're not gonna operate that way. It's always one time. Yes, Mr. Conley.
If there's a problem with tracking that, I'd like to help Steve and Scott
no,
and
no.
Beth.
This is an employee issue. We'll have it right.
No, we'll,
Because I'm familiar with that.
Thank you.
we'll work it out.
Okay, hay contract. Remember the hay contract?
Right, and never heard any more from anyone.
Okay, well.
Who wants?
All right, I'm going to task you again. Draft a hay contract that we need to put out for bid. Draft a request for proposal to cut the hay at the water plant. We'll put it out for bid and then put a contract in place. That's the way legally it's got to be done.
Are we doing a hay contract then, or are we just doing a request for proposal?
Request for proposal to start with.
Thought I wasn't paying attention.
The hay.
I'm still on that line.
I know you are. The hay. I was trying to move along now.
I know,
The hay.
At the water
Hey,
plant.
Hay
okay,
issue.
I'm with you now.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Well, I don't know anything about hay, so I mean, is it gonna be?
We discussed this all last year.
The county leased out some of their property,
Right.
we might be able to get something through them, but one thing we do want to see now, because the quality of what we got out there is, well, I've been around some other fields last week, and it's,
Someplace, I don't know where it was, ISC agreement. And I don't know, maybe I looked at, when we discussed it over web,
did
whatever.
we pull one from the county on something?
Maybe we did, but they can't use pesticides, they can't use this because it's next to the water plant. They
We
can't-
also discussed the length of the contract,
That's
because
correct.
they're gonna see that they want it worth their time to bid on it.
Yes,
too.
that's correct.
Now, is that why they grow hay, because they don't take a lot of pesticides?
Yes.
We don't have to.
They can't let them plant anything else because of the pesticides with the
Can
water.
we do
Yeah.
something simple for this year?
Well, we talked about that before, because there were more than one person that wanted to do it.
That's another example of falling through the cracks. We talked about last year, till it was too late, didn't get that done.
Okay,
You approved Ben for 1 year, is it
Yeah.
1 year?
Because we had no contract ready last year.
Okay.
We did.
all right, let's, read it, can you get one by the next meeting, you think?
Well, I'll try.
He's
Got a bunch of other stuff.
He's wanting to get going.
Yeah,
I know, I imagine he does.
Okay, give us a request an RFP, and I'll work with you on it, I'll try to do some research myself.
You might be able to find something too, because they lease the county farm, I think it's probably,
Exactly.
it might get got to draft off.
They lease it every year, every 3 years.
All right, before, I've got two people sitting here that been sitting here a long time, and we still got several other things to, but I'm gonna defer. And you guys flip the coin, who goes first?
She got part of the drive.
Yeah. Montgomery's a long way.
Downhill.
Is there any discussion on what we've been over up to now? Okay, Scotty?
No, sir.
We can talk about it more.
Well, let her go first, Tom.
I know.
We won't-
I just wanted to clarify that
Hi, Angie.
I have my card there, so if you have any questions, call me.
You're the senior corporate.
Yes,
What's on it now?
Okay.
I'm Angie Steiner. I'm the corporate health consultant at Moody's. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. And I was here about a year ago to talk to you guys about drug screening and policies, and I talked to quite a few small businesses about this same thing, and municipalities. So it's just a reminder, if you haven't updated your policy, it's worth taking a look at, and Rita may have already done so, to make sure that you not only protect yourselves, but protect your employees as well, by having a policy in place that states what you do drug test, whether it's pre-employment only, or if you do have the opportunity to do randoms. Also post-accident drug screening, those things are very important to have in place. Again, not only to protect you, but to protect your employees. If you have two guys working together on the street and one happens to drop something on another's foot, if they're under the influence, that does affect work comp. Jump in anytime. Am I singing your song? But it does. And John may also have information about how you may even be able to have discounted rates as a result of drug screen policies that are put in place. The information I passed out to you is something that I'm not going to go over word for word, but it does have some very good points at the beginning. You may not know who's on drugs because so many people now take prescription drugs. It's not somebody who smoked pot last night necessarily. Maybe somebody who took their mother's Loratab or their wife's vitamin or whatever. That's not necessarily going to show up. You're not going to see that day to day. However, it does alter their behavior. It does alter their ability to do their job. They drive your vehicles. If they have an accident, whether it's their fault or not, that's something that you need to look at.
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. Have you looked at ours?
I have looked at it. I haven't studied it. I do think that there is maybe room for improvement.
How so?
Well, I think it's a little vague, and I don't know that it addresses post-accident, does it? No, not at all. So again, it's not that you're trying to be the bad guy, and I'm not trying to do this because I know something. It's just simply something that's a good business practice, and we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to help educate you guys on what's important for you to take care of everyone involved.
Okay. Steve. I love words. Can you take a look at this? Take a look at our policy and see within by next meeting where we are and what we need to improve.
I'll give you mine. And also, there is a policy that's a sample that I've attached to the end of that, if Rita wants to take a look at that. It's very wordy. Some people cut it down to a single page, so really it's for whatever your needs are. Somebody like Odon or GPC might have a much lengthier one, like the one that's enclosed there. But you or the town of Montgomery or the town of Elnora may have a single page.
And I realize some looks here and I want to explain something. Why did I give the police department? What's caused us so many issues, I'm police department, I only do this. I'm clerk treasurer. Does it fall in her bailiwick? No. Does it fall on the attorney? Not really. Does it fall in mine? No, not really. Yes,
I volunteered, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
What is our frequency now? Is that annual?
It's
It's
post
random.
is random.
They have delineated.
Who rolls, who rolls in that, because it would be required random.
This is pre-employment and
It's
post.
employment.
Yeah, there's no random testing that I'm aware of.
The only
If
ones
you're
that
doing,
are
do
exempt.
you have anybody with a CDL license?
No.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about the DOT. As far as your non-DOT, my understanding is it's at your